Welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. I'm Nick, and in this character spotlight, I'm taking yet another swimsuit character down the character spotlight, and that is Swimsuit Makoto. She might be embarrassed, but this busty wolf girl can put out some hurt. Now, Swimsuit Makoto is a little bit more of a recent character over on the JP side, so for you global folks out there, she might not show up for a while, but here's the thing. She's really good DPS conditionally, and it's actually a pretty big condition. Let's go to skill number 1. Aqua Crossing. It is a small physical attack to the enemy in front. But if only a single enemy is on the field, it'll do more damage and reduce physical defense as well. You're going to find this character is like the single target queen or something like that. It's a condition that kind of goes with all these things. Skill number 2, Blue Howling, is a physical attack power buff. But if only a single enemy is on the field, the buff won't run out. Basically, it stays on permanently for that round or that fight, and it'll just continue to stack. Longer the fight goes, better it gets. That's pretty nice. EX skill, you can probably guess, is physical attack power increase, and if you have her at 5 stars, it greatly increases her physical attack power. Alright, now what about her Union Burst? Union Burst Summer Wolfen Blitz. A large single target physical damage attack, but if only a single enemy is on the field, the attack hits a little bit harder, about 25% harder or so, and applies a large physical defense debuff. I think you know where you're kind of going with this character if you haven't realized it quite yet. Alright, now, she has no 6-star, but she does have special equipment. And that special equipment is the Summer Wolfen Sword. It upgrades the Aqua Crossing, the first skills, to do a little bit more damage and include a small physical attack power buff if only one enemy's on the field. So basically, it's not just a single target damage character, it's a single target damage character that can only have a single target. Period. That's just a weird one. That's a really, really weird one. Alright, let's go ahead and throw her in combat. I know very well that she can get me a spear, and I am not worried about that. Alright. Now when I got this character, I 5-starred her and maxed her out like real quick because she is pretty good. But if you haven't guessed yet, she doesn't do very good when it comes to anything other than really single target attacks. I mean, she's good DPS. She's a good single target DPS. You can take her with doing whatever and just chop, chop, chop and big chop. Big chop. There you go. But the thing, yeah, that's the thing. Like, you don't take her in PvP, period. I mean, she doesn't get any of those extras at all if you take her in PvP until it gets down to the very last mob, and chances are you don't need her skills if you got it down to the last mob. She's essentially kind of a boss fight only character. Otherwise, you just don't get all those extra benefits. If you don't have all those extra benefits, then she's just a straight average DPS. But if you're fighting boss characters, single target, there you go. She gets all those extra buffs and everything, so long as there's just one thing on the field. Now keep in mind, some bosses will actually summon smaller things, and keep in mind that does count as extra enemies on the field, so it could really throw a wrench in things, but for the most part, yeah. Single target, one target damage class character that can do a crazy amount of damage, but 2 conditional. So this is the only reason why she's not rated higher than what she is, because of the single target condition. She doesn't go in PvP. PvE, there's other things that can do better. She only shines with boss fights. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, and when this character came out, I knew about the single target restriction. She couldn't get me any spears. Nobody's getting me spears today. But, is it a character you necessarily need? If you have regular Makoto, you don't really need her.
And you know, she's one of those characters where it's like, if you're focusing on a lot of higher end boss fights, you know, maybe even like Luna Tower to a degree, because Luna Tower usually has a lot of other mobs and everything too, but you know, she's really for like the last boss of the dungeons or special event bosses, stuff like that, and not even all of those. So she's not necessarily a character you need to go out and get, but it's Wolf Girl in bikini. Yes, this is why. We'll see you in the next video.